Oh my god. Hey guys, so we are back with week 11 picks. It's crazy how fast the season goes, and I'm 98 and 52 right now, but last week, week 10 was absolutely horrible. I got what? 7 of these picks right. Absolutely horrendous. And I technically picked the Jets here to win instead of the Raiders, but honestly, let's just go with it because it worked out, I guess, for the best. Um, so starting off, we have Bengals at the Ravens, and this is going to be an incredible game. I mean, the quarterback duel between Joe Burrow and Lamar, the and both have been decently good teams so far, but I will say things are getting desperate in Cincy. They had a really rough start to their season, but they were looking really hot. And then they faced CJ Stroud, and suddenly everything collapsed for some reason. Um, and that's tricky. That's tricky. I don't know what to do with that one because I mean the Bengals really kind of should have won there, and now they're like looking like they might get out of the playoff race if they're not careful. So the Bengals have to win this one just to stay in the playoff race because the AFC is crazy. And then Baltimore, after this week, they also lost another division game that they choked against the Browns. And the thing is, the desperation is on Baltimore too because guess what? This division isn't a guarantee after this week right now. They need a win here so that they can finally get this division locked and loaded. So, you have, because the Steelers and the Browns are both at 6-3. The Bengals are at 5-4. The Ravens are at 7-3. They're only half a game ahead of the Steelers and the Browns. And the Browns did just lose Deshaun, which makes it a little bit better, but the Steelers are still on your tail. So the Ravens have got to win this if they want to keep locking up the division. And I don't know that that's going to happen. I'm going to pick the Bengals. Okay, I think that the desperation is just much greater for the Bengals. The Bengals are literally going to play like their life depends on it tonight. I truly do believe that. They are going to play like their life depends on it. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins is going to be absolutely blowing up. And this game is going to be excellent. And I think both teams are going to play really well. And this game is going to come down to the wire, but I think the Bengals are going to end up taking it. And next, the other two teams I was just talking about, the Steelers and the Browns. Now, if the Bengals do win, this game will determine who is going to pick up the AFC North crown for Week 11. So, who is it going to be? The Steelers, again, I don't know how they got here. How are they 6-3 right now? Who knows? They're winning lucky. They're playing, hard-nosed football, good defense. They can run the ball decently, but Kenny Pickett isn't all that good. He's just, keeping the ball safe. And this has been enough to be 6-3 so far. And then the Browns, their defense is even better. They have an incredible defensive unit. But Deshaun Watson just got shoulder surgery and he's out for the year. And he is definitely at least better than PJ Walker. So this is going to be a very, very tough game for the Browns to win. And I don't know. I really don't know if the Browns are going to win this game. Cuz I think it's going to be the Steelers. I just don't think the Browns offense is good enough. And the Steelers defense is probably just going to lock them down cuz the Browns have PJ Walker, right? I don't think he's good enough. I don't know. maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I think the Browns are just not gonna win this game. Yeah, because they had Deshaun in week 2, but Deshaun wasn't enough. I guess maybe it was the Nick Chubb injury. I don't know, because the Browns seemed to have that game, on lock until Nick Chubb got hurt. He was next up. Bears and Lions. I mean, Justin Fields is coming back. Great. Aiden Hutchinson is going to destroy him. The Lions defense is going to destroy them. And I think that the Lions offense is going to beat up their defense because this is the Lions. And the Lions are going to, get up to 8-2 on the season. And I think the Lions have a decent shot maybe at the 1 seed. Eagles have a tough schedule. Cowboys have a tough stretch coming up too. 49ers, I mean, they have a worse record right now. So Lions might, they could have a shot at the 1 seed. Like, like underrated. I don't know. I'd have to look at their schedule to see if that could actually happen. But next up, you have the Chargers at Green Bay. I'm going to pick the Chargers because the Packers are super incompetent, super terrible. The Chargers are probably going to make it a stressful game somehow. I don't know. But, I mean, against the Joe Barry defense, you have Justin Herbert as your QB, and the Packers are a complete and total mess right now. Yeah, I'll gladly take the Chargers there. Next up, you have the Raiders at the Dolphins, and I love Antonio Pierce, but this is not really going to be his game. This Miami offense is just too dominant. I don't think the Raiders secondary is going to be able to handle Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And Miami has a good defense, especially, since Jalen Ramsey came back a few weeks ago. Oh, yeah, and Devon Achane is coming back for this game. So that's incredible rushing offense that we saw in the early part of the year. Yeah, that's going to be back. So Miami's historic offensive run that was put a little bit on hold with Devon Achane's injury. Yep, now it's coming back with his speed and, his excellence as a running back. He's amazing. Next up, you have the Giants at the Commanders, and the Giants are the worst team in the NFL. Like, the Panthers, yeah, they have a worse record, but I genuinely believe that the Giants are the much worse team. Like, I mean, you can't deny it, I don't think. They are really, really, really bad. And, I mean, the Commies, if you don't win this game, I mean, then, like, they probably need to win this game to stay in some form in the playoff race. And honestly, if you don't even deserve to be in the playoffs at this point. Because, like, Jesus Christ, how do you not beat Tommy DeVito? Anyways, Cowboys at Panthers, this is literally going to be, like, this is going to be an absolute literal destruction. I mean, like, actually nuclear bombs are being launched from Dallas to Carolina, like, as we speak. That is exactly what the game is going to be like. It is literally just going to be Carolina's stadium getting nuked for 3 hours on a football field. Absolute embarrassment. There will be no remains left of Carolina after this game. They will be absolutely obliterated. And then you have the Titans at the Jags. And, Will Levis has been really fun so far. But I don't know. The Jags are just the better team. They're coming off of a major loss to San Francisco. And they're just going to get started up again. Lock up a win. Get, back to where they were. Just keep winning, against middle-of-the-road poverty teams. I don't know. I think Will Levis can make this game close, but I don't think he'll take it. And, this is a nice QB duel. Kyler Murray versus CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has been on fire, like, these past 2 weeks, and I don't think that's going to change. I really think that, CJ Stroud's going to keep this Texans team on track. And then as for Arizona, I mean, I like Kyler, but how much is he going to do with this roster? I don't think he's really going to do a lot with that. So, and also, I'm so like hyped to see CJ Stroud play football at this point. He is absolutely amazing. I mean, he's going to be an incredible quarterback. I truly, he's amazing. CJ Stroud is literally amazing. Just wow. Bucks at 49ers. Yeah, last year this game was it was not watchable. I remember the Bucks playing the 49ers last year, and it was absolute destruction. And I expect somewhat of the same thing here. Baker Mayfield is just going to be completely stifled, and there's nothing that they can do, really. And next up, the Jets at the Bills. I don't think that the Jets are going to sweep the Bills. I really do think that as long as the Bills just score 20 points on the Jets defense and you can beat them, okay? That is the formula to score to beat the Jets. And the thing is, desperation is in the air in Buffalo, okay? They cannot drop this game because Buffalo is already panicking. You don't want to panic further. They need to win this game. They need their defense to be good again. They need, to find an identity on offense. They need to find some way to work, okay? Because this isn't working, and the Buffalo Bills, for like the first time in years, are at a real risk of missing the playoffs, and that is not where you want to be. Seahawks at Rams, and Matthew Stafford's coming back, and that's all great, but I think the Seahawks are, the much better team at this point in time. And I know, that's what we all said week 1, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think, Matthew Stafford's going to will a win this week. Like the Rams do have significant deficiencies in their squad. And so do the Seahawks, I guess. This is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a fun one to watch. But I think the Seahawks take it. I don't know. And next up, you have the Vikings at the Broncos. And, Josh Dobbs has been on quite the good run. He's looking very good for the Vikings. He's got them playing well, Team's doing good right now, and the Broncos are also a team on the rise right now. Russ has been playing well. The run game has been, getting better and better. And this is actually going to be a pretty good, interesting, Sunday Night Football game, I believe. So I think the Vikings are going to win, but it's going to be a good game. Both of these teams are on the rise. I like where they're both headed. Denver's been picking up wins against quality competition. Kansas City, Buffalo. They're getting real good as a team. So I'm gonna pick them. I'm gonna pick the Vikings. Now, Eagles and Chiefs. So this game is obviously interesting because. Oh my god, wait, hold up. We gotta go all the way back down. Okay. So the Eagles play the Chiefs, and I'm just gonna discuss each of these teams in depth, right? So, the Eagles, right? They have no secondary. The middle of the field is always going to be open against them because they play the exact same scheme that they did last year. That the Chiefs completely picked apart, right? So Mahomes and Kelsey completely picked apart the scheme last year. No secondary. Their defense has practically been top 3 for all season. They've been clamping down on teams. The Eagles' defensive line wasn't able to get to Mahomes last time. Maybe they can this time, but I mean, the Eagles' offense is still very potent, but how will they look against this Chiefs' defense is a big question. And Mahomes is probably just going to pick us apart again. So, with all of that said, who do I think is going to win this game? Of course the Eagles are going to win. I mean, come on now. You think I'm actually going to pick against my team? No. Go Birds. I'm biased. By, I don't know, 1,000,000 points. This is going to be an incredible game. Okay, bye.